don't know what the hell is causing it. It's got good compression. Plugs look okay. Brand new wires. I don't know, maybe I'll put a new set of plugs in it. But it's done it ever since I got it running, doing the twin turbos and having it all apart this summer. But I mean, full throttle going down the track and everything, it runs fine. But it's just light cruising. There's that miss. Get a large cherry limeade. That's it. Thank you. The only downfall is I don't have a coupler in here yet. Just about dropped it. All right, well, take this POS home. See what else I can figure out. All right, so basically what I figured out is that misfire, that cutting out that I was experiencing was basically from overfueling. And what's happening is that with these vent tube extensions installed, that down low, there's just so much airflow from the turbos that's not bypassing out of the blow-off valve that it's actually pushing fuel out of the boosters. I'll show you kind of a clip of what I'm talking about. So there you can see that as the airspeed increases, it starts pushing fuel out of the boosters. You remove the vent tube extensions and it completely goes away and it atomizes like normal. You put them back on and it just starts glugging fuel down the boosters. So I'm kind of trying to figure out the balancing act between the two. Everybody says that you have to run those vent tube extensions. And then with those, you can jet it down like 8 or 10 jet sizes. But when I do that, when I jet it down with the vent tube extensions, it just goes super lean up top with boost. So that's the balancing act that I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure out. And I've got the GoPro here set up. I'm gonna go do a little bit of testing here in a little bit when it warms up. It's still pretty early. We'll let the neighbors sleep in and stuff like that before we fire it up. But I got the GoPro set up here. And I'm gonna try and watch the fuel level in the bowl. Just make sure it's not going high or going too low. I'm just kind of curious, you know, if the fuel pressure is overcoming or raising the fuel level, then it's obviously gonna go through the boosters. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe lower the fuel level a little bit and help keep that fuel from pushing out of the boosters. I don't know. And yes, I've got the thing already set up. I've went through, I've checked the transition slot for my idle. The power valve is a high flow power valve. And I've actually got the restrictors completely removed to try and richen up the power circuit a little bit more as boost comes in. No, it is not a boost reference power valve. I have just a regular power valve in the front and there's no provision for a power valve in the rear. So that's one thing that I could do. I could switch out this metering block back here for one that takes a power valve and add a boost reference power valve back here. But I'm gonna try and make it work with this setup for right now. You know, fuel pressure is rising with boost. It's actually a little bit higher than boost because I run my reference to the carb hat. So there's always about 2 to 3 PSI more boost up here than there is in the intake manifold from my boost sensor here. So that will always give me at least 2 to 3 PSI more than what the boost is, then that's the pressure that's going into the bowls. So it should equal out. Everything should be set. So all of this stuff has kind of been, you know, the fundamentals and all that stuff have already been gone through. So now it's just the fine tuning of the carburetor. It's all trial and error. It's all kind of new to me. I'm not a wizard of carburetors or anything like that. I've been lucky up until this point to where everything's just worked out of the box. And this E85 conversion kit that I did is not intended for blow through. So there's been a lot of things that I've had to kind of tweak on it. And that's where I'm at right now, is just trying to modify it and make it work for blow through. Works great going down the track. And wide open throttle, but it's the cruising that kind of, you know, the drivability, cruising, part throttle stuff that's kind of been a pain in my ass. So, but we'll figure it out. We're keeping it carbureted on the E85. So stay tuned, guys. We'll figure this out.